the boy found a bottle by the sea. Strangely, there was a goldfish stuck inside. As Sosuke looked more closely, he saw that the goldfish had a human face. Sosuke went to the shore, grabbed a stone, and smashed the bottle. However, his hand was accidentally cut by the glass shards. To his surprise, the goldfish licked his wound. Sosuke felt pleased and carried the goldfish back home. What Sosuke didn't know was that the sea behind him had started behaving strangely. The water began flowing in the direction Sosuke was leaving. When Sosuke got home, he quickly filled a bucket with water and put the goldfish inside. But the goldfish didn't move at all, as if it were dead. Sosuke gently stroked the fish, and the next moment, he smiled. The goldfish was still alive. It mischievously sprayed water at Sosuke, and he was thrilled. The goldfish swam happily in the bucket. Sosuke named her Ponyo. Sosuke then told his mom that he was taking Ponyo to the kindergarten. His mom asked if the teacher allowed it, but Sosuke was confident it was fine. He would protect Ponyo. Just as he was about to eat the breakfast his mom handed him, Sosuke was amazed to find that his wound had healed. Ponyo looked at Sosuke's breakfast with longing, and Sosuke tore off a piece of bread for her. But Ponyo turned away, not interested. Sosuke ate it himself, but the next moment, Ponyo jumped up and snatched the ham from the bread. That's when Sosuke realized that the goldfish only ate meat. Soon, they arrived at the kindergarten. Sosuke introduced his new friend to the nearby grandmothers. They were all curious, but when one of the grandmothers saw Ponyo, she became frightened. She said it was a human-faced fish and that once it touched land, it would cause a tsunami. She urged Sosuke to release the goldfish back into the sea. However, Ponyo angrily spat at the old woman. Sosuke had no choice but to quickly flee with Ponyo. They reached the seaside, and Sosuke reassured Ponyo, telling her not to worry and that he would protect her. Then, something miraculous happened. Ponyo suddenly spoke.
Ponyo! Sosuke!
This made Sosuke even more determined to protect her. He liked her very much. But just then, the sea seemed to come alive. The water rushed towards Sosuke. After the waves receded, Sosuke found that Ponyo was no longer in his hands. He called out her name to the sea, but all he found was an empty bucket. Sosuke walked further, and soon the water almost drowned him. Thankfully, Sosuke's mom noticed in time and forcibly brought him back. Sosuke cried sadly in his mother's arms. In the evening, as Sosuke returned home after school, he sat in the car. Even though he was holding a child's favorite ice cream, he numbly licked it, still thinking about Ponyo. Soon, they arrived home. Sosuke looked out at the sea. He didn't know where Ponyo was, but he couldn't let her get lost. So, he turned the bucket upside down on the fence at the doorstep. That way, if Ponyo saw the bucket, she would know it was Sosuke's house, and she would be able to find him. Meanwhile, in a house beneath the sea, Ponyo was being held captive by a man. This man was Ponyo's father. He despised the human world, as he had once been human himself. In order to rid himself of his human identity, he nearly lost his life. But Ponyo wanted to become human. She wanted human hands and didn't want her fish-like feet. Her father was about to scold her, but suddenly he was stunned. Ponyo exerted force, and to his shock, she actually grew feet. Then, with even more effort, she grew hands as well. Ponyo's fish sisters looked at her enviously. Her father, however, was terrified. It was then that he realized Ponyo must have licked human blood. Now,